Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to On Your Mark with Mark E Xtreme. I am the undisputed, undefeated backyard wrestling entertainment world champion, and here with me, I am super excited to have this talented man, the flip machine himself, Mr. John Morrison, everybody.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, everyone. But I'm no longer going by the name John Morrison. As a matter of fact, I'm now going by the name John Randall Hennigan, which is a funny story. I recently registered with the Screen Actors Guild, and the name John Hennigan was taken. So I had to submit the name John Randall Hennigan, which is my real middle name. It's a little pretentious, but fun, you know.
We could just go by your wrestling name if you want. Or...
No. I mean, technically, technically, Vince McMahon owns the wrestling name, and I really just came here today to talk about acting and what I've been doing in Hollywood, the Hollywood Shuffle, auditioning and conditioning. I tweet that sometimes. Hashtag auditioning and conditioning.
You sound like a big old dork over there. Sound like a dork. So nothing wrestling right now?
I mean, I know you got the backyard belt there. I thought this was gonna be a different thing. I'm, trying
That's
to make
On Your Mark with Mark E Xtreme.
Yeah, I didn't completely do the full check. My manager just told me to show up. So let's try to make some chicken soup out of chicken. No offense. You do the shows back here?
Yeah. This is one venue. It's this backyard, the Johnson's backyard, the Thompson's backyard, and then a couple cities over, Jeff Jeffries. He does shows, trampoline championship wrestling.
That's great.
I run the circuit. You know how it is.
I can talk about pro wrestling and as it applies to acting, basically. I mean, pro wrestling is a great base. Broadway with body slams, a lot of people refer to it as. And if you think about the roots of theater and spectacle, which pro wrestling is a part of, a lot of great Shakespearean actors, for example, wore tights. And pro wrestlers are larger-than-life characters, which is a lot of what Shakespeare was going for. And in a way, you could say pro wrestlers are modern-day Shakespearean heroes. The spectators at a pro wrestling event are almost aware that they're at this event, and the joy that they derive from watching pro wrestling is, let me just finish this point, is really related more to them relating to themselves.
Okay, I'm gonna, okay, cool, there's a break there. I'm gonna get a question in.
Lizard people.
So, why haven't you been in WWE, in any of the WWE films? Is it because you sucked doing promos there? Your agent said you wanted to perform a monologue. Is that like a Japanese wrestling hold? Because I've never done that one.
Funny you mentioned my agent, because I'm going to be calling him as soon as I leave.
Cool.
A monologue is very different from a wrestling hold.
Okay,
I mean,
well, what is it?
A monologue is something that, it also has roots to Shakespearean theater, like an actor takes the stage, the boards, for example, and opens a window into his soul for the spectators in the crowd to see through.
Cutting a promo.
Through the form of these words. No, I mean, it's different than cutting a promo, because cutting a promo really pertains to building a match, to selling a match, and a monologue is a lot different than a promo. A monologue takes some classical theatrical training, and wrestling is great in its own right, but it's very different than saying a monologue. Are you expecting somebody?
No, I thought I heard something. Sorry.
You want cheers?
You're like, man, you do it real good out there. And could you give me any tips for flipping better? How can I get better flips?
Stella Adler has been known to say you have to work on your body, which I have for the last 15 years.
She a wrestling trainer?
No, she's an acting guru. And most importantly, though, you have to work on your mind, which is what I've been doing for the last 2
we're interrupted.
years.
Shh. If you want to be this big, you want to be a big actor, well, why don't you just go back to WWE, because you were tag team partners with The Miz, and maybe he gets you in like a WWE film.
I know you've been wanting me to show you some flips, right?
Well, yeah.
Well,
you rock at flips.
I can do other stuff too. You want to learn a move?
Whatever.
A wrestling hold?
Whatever.
A little wrestling hold? Maybe you can use it in your federation? This is going to be an awesome move.
Okay, great.
And you just sit there. It's a hold.
Cool, I've done 1,000 of them.
Sure, this one's got roots in Japan. You like Japanese wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Basically a take on a headlock. It's called a rear naked choke.
Okay, stiff. Too stiff, you're too stiff. You're too stiff. You're too stiff. You're too stiff.
Strong style. Go to sleep. What's great about the Intercontinental title? It doesn't do this. The Miz, starring in a movie. 2 hours to get here from my grandma's 90th birthday party, and this goober is filming me on flip cam. No, nothing about acting. This is some bull backyard wrestling federation. No, the guy's a moron. No, absolutely not. You know what, if this is the kind of thing you're going to be getting me, I'm going to consider going back to Gersh.